Ayo and welcome back. I am Jason with Imagine Your Odyssey, and today I want to talk about managing your sewer system. That is that black tank and gray tank that you have inside of your RV that you love to use so much. So I got asked, when you use your gray tank and your black tank at a campground, should you leave it connected all the time? And how do you manage your wastewater systems? So the answer to the first part of that is absolutely. If you're at the campground, why not use the facilities if you have full hookups? Full hookups means that you got electric and sewer and everything else inside of your campground. So when you're there, utilize all that stuff. Make sure that you have all the proper things that you need to get connected, but use everything. Now there's a couple of things that I like to do that we manage all of our systems with. One, we'll start with the freshwater tank. I know that's not part of the septic system, but all that water's got to go somewhere. Now, when we go on the road, I like to keep my freshwater tank about half full. That way, if I need to stop somewhere to use the bathroom or get the dog some water or something like that, I have a little bit in the system in order to have water on the road for any of those type of things. Now, for the wastewater system, when I get to the campground and set everything up, I usually have my tanks empty already, but if you don't, you can go ahead and empty then and wash everything out and get it all good and ready. But once I have everything set up, this is how I manage my system. I'll have the gray tank and the black tank valves closed. That way the tanks will start to get full. Now as far as the gray tank goes, I'll let that stay full. I'll empty it as needed, but I'll keep it at least 3/4 of the way full, and as it gets to the full mark, I'll dump it down to about 3/4 or half full, and then let it get back full again. We will get back into why I like to do that towards the end of the video. Now as far as the black tank goes, you got to manage your waste, right? You got liquids and solids inside of the black tank. And because of that, I like to let my tank get full. The reason for letting it get full is because I want to be able to wash all that solids out. Now, if you don't let the tank fill up with liquids and all those solids get in there, you get a thing called pyramiding. What that means is that you put solid waste in there, it'll start building up in one spot and start getting taller and taller and taller, and it'll look like a pyramid. Without any liquids in your black tank, what you'll have a problem with is washing all that out or letting it flush itself out. So if I'm at a campground long enough, I'll let the black tank get full and then empty it completely, flush it out, and then close the valve on the outside, go back inside, push on the toilet valve, get some more water inside of the tank, put some freshener inside of there, and then do that circle all over again, or do all that again. Now that brings us back around to the gray tank and why I like to keep that full. Once you dump the black tank and get all those goods inside of that hose, you want something to flush it out with. Typically your gray water is water from your shower or from your sink or something like that. It doesn't have all those goodies that you would have inside of the black tank. Now the reason I like to keep the gray tank full is because I can use that to flush out all the stuff that just went through the hose that came from the black tank. As for some campsite setup tips, whenever you get to the campsite and you hook up your hoses to your sewer system and then to the campground, do not leave the valves open the whole time. You want the tanks to get full, that way you could properly flush everything. I've seen some folks set up at their campsite with the valves open so that when they use their gray water or something like that, then it automatically just flushes out as they use it. But you need to have some of that stuff in your tank in order to properly flush. So a recommendation from myself is get to your campground, get all your sewer systems set up, then let the tanks fill up, and then as they get full, then empty them. Don't keep them empty the whole time, or you'll run into those problems with the black tank and the gray tank that we talked about earlier. So if you have any other suggestions on how you manage your sewer system, then please leave those down in the description below. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button and the little bell to the side, and if you click on all, you'll get the rest of the amazing videos coming up next from Imagine Your Odyssey. So until the next time, enjoy your RV trips, keep those tanks clean, and God bless.